on your neck. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listening. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let you stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the perfect match, where I'm joined as always by my co-host Jimbo. It is Friday the 1st of November, which means, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like this, but it means it's very nearly Christmas. So I'm starting to feel very Christmassy. I'm not going to lie. It's tingly. It's making me feel very tingly, but Christmas isn't far away. I'm still buzzing from the Manchester City win midweek. And obviously today we will touch on that, and we will be going through all the games this weekend and giving our score predictions. First of all, Jimbo, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you, darling. Very well. Still a
Good.
bit blocked up, but I must feel all right in myself.
Good to hear. And Mr. Chang, not seen you for a few days or a few days. How are you doing?
Doing very well myself here in Southeast Asia. I'm still very much on a high from our midweek win over Man City, regardless of what people will say about the team that they put out and the average age of the starting 11 that took us on at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Honestly, though, personally, that match for me is over, and all attention and focus will be turned towards Sunday when we take on Aston Villa at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I'm not even going to entertain the notion of us playing Man United in the quarterfinals just yet. So let's just focus on Sunday. What's past is past, including the very disappointing loss to Palace last Sunday. And yeah, lots to get into. But before that, a quick shout out to anyone who's new to the channel. We would really do appreciate it if you like, subscribe, and follow the channel. That really does help the viewership. And yeah, cannot wait to get started with today's show. Miss Kate, back to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are currently on 1,689. So we're creeping up. So yes, if you haven't subbed already, it's much appreciated. And please do smash a like on the video. I am going to ask your opinion. I'm not going to look back too long. We are going to look forward, but I am going to ask your opinion on the game on Wednesday, Chang, because obviously I didn't speak to you. We haven't seen you on this channel since it happened. What's your thoughts on the game? What did you think about the result, the play, etc.?
So this is actually a bit of a follow-up from what I was speaking about on Monday afternoon. Yeah, Monday afternoon, when we were doing the very deflating post Palace loss, in which I still do think, looking at the players that played on Wednesday and comparing that to the performance last Sunday, I'm still firmly of the belief that the players had one eye on Wednesday. They were reserving themselves. I really do hope, I really do keep my fingers crossed that everything is okay with Mickey van der Ven. Hopefully, he didn't pull his hamstring too badly, or rather, he didn't pick up a long sustaining injury. We will hear from Big Ange whether Mickey van der Ven or Son is fit to face Palace later today. But yeah, if you look at the, you don't even talk about the second half. Just that few opening minutes, the energy, the commitment, the drive, even the passion from the players, it was so evident. Even the way we beat the press. If you watched it again, if you watch the 30 seconds or so leading up to Timo Werner's goal, the way we were just so on it with the passing, the movement, the off the ball running, even Kulusevski's goal, which his assist, not his goal. Kulusevski assist for Werner, that was just pinpoint accuracy. It was so on the plate. And I really do hope that from now onwards to and however long Timo Werner has left with the club, if Timo Werner is to get another chance to score for Spurs, please do not give him too much time to think. That, I think, was what was holding him back from scoring, say, against Man United, against West Ham, even against Alkmaar last midweek. When that cross came in from Kulusevski, he was thinking, that's it. Just connect. Just make contact. Get in on target. Give it all you have, and it will be it will be a goal. And true enough, it was. And I really now again there comes this debate. Should we still be sticking with Timo Werner come Sunday? Are we going to rotate back to Mikey Moore against Villa? I think
Of course we stick with Timo. He scores when he wants.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Mr. Boxall. But to round up my summary of the game, I was actually sort of nervous when they got a goal back before halftime. Not gonna lie. When you go into the break at 2-0, you have a 2-goal cushion. You have some leeway to play with in the second half. When we conceded mere seconds away from the halftime whistle, I was dreading, oh my goodness. If they score the next one, chances are after the equalizer, they go on to win it either on penalties or on extra time, or even by the end of the 90 minutes. I really was dreading it, but thankfully that didn't come to pass. We actually did have a few chances to add to our scoring. I think it was Richarlison. He missed the best chance of the game. That was a bad throw-in. It was a very, very strange throw-in by Gvardiol. It fell very kindly for him. And just like Werner, he should not be given too much time to think. I think he had too much time to think and to aim, but unfortunately, he shot straight at Stefan Ortega. Hopefully, though, that won't hold him back from scoring many, many more goals for us beyond this season as well. So, it was a good win, but as I just mentioned at the beginning of the show, that's over now. Let's just fully focus on Aston Villa this Sunday. Back to you, Miss Kate.
I completely agree. Before we talk anymore, I've just realised I haven't even said hello to the chat yet. You can tell it's Friday, and you can tell Christmas is coming because my brain is frazzled. It's all these thoughts of Christmas trees and things. I just can't wait. But we've got Queen Ellie. First one in the chat says, first one in, big up Kate and Jimbo. Looking forward to the Villa match. The last Claret and Blues West Ham got a 4-1 battering. Let's get half of that scoreline. I'll take a 2-1 all day long. Big up Ellie. Big up Aaron. Says massive big up. Big game on Sunday. Fantastic intro, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Big up Rinketti. Good to see ya. Drew La is here saying afternoon cat, Kate, Jimbo, Chang and chatters. I'm just looking at my cat. My cat has managed to get under my duvet and he's completely snuggled up under the duvet in the middle of the bed. So that's how he feels about Friday. Rinketic says, no, close to Christmas means I'm getting old. Rinketic, you're about, I don't know how old you are, but you're not anywhere near old. So don't be ridiculous. Big up Mark CFC. Good to see you. Chelsea, unfortunately, or fortunately, getting knocked out of the cup midweek as well. Don't know what your thoughts are
Well,
on
it's
that.
fortunate because it means that we can't play them and they can't knock us out. So
Exactly. Massive big up Chang, says Aaron. Lovely Lisa is here, says afternoon, my favourite YouTube couple, the lovely Chang and all in the chat. Much love. Much love back to you. Morning, Graham. Good to see you. I was buzzing at the game. Do you know what? From what I heard, I watched some. We watched some vlogs. The We Are Tottenham TV boys. The atmosphere sounded incredible. When everyone was singing, "He scores when he wants." When
I love
Timo
it.
scored,
He scores when he wants. He scores when he wants. Timo Werner. He scores when he
I
wants.
definitely heard that on the telly, honestly.
Yeah.
It was so loud you could hear it on the telly, even though I was
Yeah.
half asleep at 3 a.m. in the morning.
And even the sort of
I'm waiting for Joey Barton to come in so I can have a little bet with him that Timo will score 30 goals this season.
so, and then of course the last 10 minutes we could hear them all singing Ange Postecoglou, and I think that they really did help the boys get over the line. The crowd were magnificent. Good afternoon, Mario. Jimbo's got more energy than me. I'm thinking about sleeping. Oh, Joey Barton's going to make a big statement here because we're getting right. Here we go. Finally, Ange managed a whole game versus City, the best and only game he has managed. I gave him credit after West Ham and props to him for the City game, but let's not get above ourselves based on that game. Well, we'll take your props all day long, Joey, and may there be many, many more. Timo scored last season versus Villa, so will he go 2-2 again? Ooh. Great win, Jimbo. Big up Vindaloo. Says, congrats. Played very well. City's team was strong. Most of them have played in the first team. Richie and Saar, very important for the team. Morning, Matt.
Morning.
Matt saying, Vindaloo, I got tickets for Monaco at home. Let's go. My first Champions League night at the Emirates. Lovely. Enjoy. We've got Tom81 here. Big up, Tom. Good to see you. Saying hi, everyone. Matt saying, can Newcastle stop Arsenal? No, Kate. We've got Saka back now. We've got bloody revenge at St James's Park from last season's disgrace. We are battering them. Well, let's wait and see. It was good to see Dominic Solanke not score again. Boo! The perfect win, says Destiny 5. Big up, Leo. The perfect home is the perfect place to be. Much love. Only a week and a couple of days, Leo, till we get to give you big cuddles. I can't wait. Big up, Daniel Coys. Matt saying we've got Saliba, Gabriel, Saka, Timber, and maybe Odegaard. Well, according to TalkSport this morning, Odegaard is definitely not back. But they did say that Gabriel should be back. Mark saying Chelsea were terrible. First test for that team as well. I didn't obviously watch it, but I'm 23, 24 like Brennan. You're a child. Come on, man. I'm old enough to be your mother. Besides Timber, them same players lost away last year to Newcastle. Good afternoon, Edwardson. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Resm. Hello, guys. Hope you're doing good. Good to see you. Very cool profile picture there. Just saying. Oh, man, I missed our Arteta interview. Yeah, don't bother watching it. He's boring. Big up, AJ, saying, just popped in to say hello and happy Friday, guys. Much love. Big up, AJ. Much love to you and your other half. Great win the other night. Not enough to get excited about yet. Listen, I'm 46. I'll take excitement wherever it comes. Jim, if Werner is scoring and Solanke isn't, you know I'm winning. Aaron's saying he's hoping Son will be back. Yep, me too. We need him back. Thank you, Matt. Probably the most sensible thing you've ever said. This notion that City played their B team is BS. City have no excuses. If they're injuries, we've had injuries, so what? I completely agree.
Well, Pep said that he was really pleased with the way they played. And he said he has to give credit to Spurs because when they attacked quick at City, he said Spurs were quicker. So he give us a lot of credit, Pep. So Pep can give us credit, and then I'm sure the Spurs fans can give us credit.
near enough every player in that team that played us walked straight into our team and most of the teams in the Premier League. Some of those players were incredible. That Nunes, I mean, he was 40 million, but yet they consider him a B player. Come on. What a load of waffle. Best performance of the season. Ironically, it was more like watching Tottenham under Conte at their best than watching Ange Ball. It was actually, to be fair. There were times like that. Edwardson says, I sympathise with Archie Gray getting all the criticism. Wasn't his fault. Levy spent way too much for him. Same with Richie, suffered from the same scrutiny. The thing is with Archie Gray, I thought he was very iffy in the first half an hour, 40 minutes, but I think he really grew into the game.
Yeah, he did. I thought the second half he played really well. And the first goal, he was involved in the first goal. So you've got to give him credit there. I thought he grew into the game really well. He's a young kid. He needs to fill out a bit more. But I think we've got a good player on our hands there, and I like him.
Yeah, Jimbo, this is exactly what Jimbo said, Joey. If Sonny had played, he would have had a hat-trick.
Yeah, definitely.
The goal that Werner missed, the goal that Richie missed, they both definitely going in.
Well, if going into half-time, Kate, the game would have been out of sight if Sonny had been playing, I'm sure.
Yeah, we do miss him. When people say about selling him, he offers something really different for us. So, Vindaloo, you and Henry Wright look like defectors. Henry's a secret gooner. You seem to spend all your time on Tottenham stream. That's because he likes the company. That's all it is. We like Vindaloo. He's always welcome. City had 6 Champions League winning players in that City team. Yep. Nunes is turning up.
Can I just say that to the viewers that we kind of changed this channel, not just so that I was more involved, but also because we didn't want it to be just the Spurs channel. We did want other
rivals to feel at home.
Yeah, feel welcome to come in. Yeah, that was another reason we changed the name.
You just won't ever hear us gushing too much about them, but you will get praise where it's due.
Honestly, I thought the perfect match was the perfect title for even doing shows like Queries and Theories. That's just my honest opinion.
Thank you, Chang. I appreciate that. Your transition play was brilliant. Yeah, do you know, some of the play was sublime. One of the most frustrating parts was the Kulu when he had that run and he didn't cross it. I mean, that's the only time I actually saw you go mad at the telly. And you
he should have been, instead of shooting, he should have passed that in because it was a carbon copy of the first goal, and Werner got himself into so much space. Yeah, and he took it too far and shot, and he shouldn't have done. So that was the only criticism I had of Kulu that day.
Yeah. Chrysandro, good to see you. Says, still buzzing and not letting the naysayers get me down. Bring on United in the quarterfinals. Bring on Villa on Sunday. Love it. And you shouldn't let it get you down. If we win, bloody well enjoy it. It doesn't happen all the time. So you've got to enjoy the wins. That's the whole point of being a fan. Big up, Paul. Good to see you. Archie Gray's not a right back. This needs to stop. And yes, it's not his fault. Yeah, but he's still, like I say, I think he held his own, particularly in the second half. You all got bigger fish to fry than a little League Cup, surely. Big up, Leo. Very funny. We're winning it, mate. Oh, very, very funny. Yeah, you could see Archie was nervous. I agree. But, you know, it's a big step up, not being rude to Leeds, but to come and then play against Man City. It is a step up and it isn't his preferred position. So,
and I thought the second half he was excellent. I really do.
Yeah, I did as well. Has there been any news on Van der Ven's hammy? Now, I said to Jim, I expect it to be, well, I would have thought the scan and the results would be today. So I don't know if Angie's doing a press conference today. I've got it open in case he is. He normally does one at 1 o'clock. But I don't know. Have you heard anything, Chang? No.
Fortunately, not yet, because if we do hear from Big Ange, I can guarantee you it will be for both Sonny and Van der Ven together, our players that are dealt for Sunday.
Well, even Romero, he said that he felt something and he wanted to come off at half time, but Ange wanted to bring him off at half time, but Romero said no. But then in the second half, Ange said that he could see he was struggling a bit and made him come off because he didn't want to lose Van der Ven and Romero. So please don't let them both be out. We shall see. If there's any news comes up, we will bring it to you. I know I need to sort out queries and theories. Amelia's got a new job, and she's been so poorly because she started working in a nursery, so she's getting poorly. She had tonsillitis. Now she's got a chest infection. So once she's a bit better, we will get it sorted and get her back on, because we do miss a bit of queries and theories. Rome Van Son said Kulu should change his name to Kulaboski. I love it. I love it. Vindaloo and Angus are both secret Spurs fans. I've always said inside every Arsenal fan is a Spurs fan trying to get out. They're just in denial. Of course he's nervous. He knows he will have to shut down his socials if he doesn't perform. It's a sad indictment, but it's probably true. When Werner got the ball, I was expecting a slip. I know, and it was a fantastic finish from Werner. Not as good as Sars, that was magnificent, but it was a very, very good finish. With our medical team, Van der Ven will be out till 2028.
I'm telling you, Kate, Sars' goal, right? I don't think that it's been given enough credit. Sars' goal was absolutely fantastic goal. It was such a good goal. You know, you look at it from all different angles, and you're wondering, how did he ever bend it in from where he was? Because it looks like when they show you from behind that he's kind of in line with the goal, but he's not. He's quite a few yards over to the right, and he just bent that in so beautiful. It's such a good goal. It was perfect.
It really was.
He couldn't have hit it any sweeter. It went in. If it had gone a little bit more to the right, it'd have hit the post, and it just went in. It was just a fantastic goal.
Even Werner's shot, that was so close. I know that the Man City had a very close shot, but I thought it was miles away. But when I watched it again, it really was
it
close.
Just skimmed the post, didn't it?
Yeah. Did you see the video of Van der Ven that he shit himself? It wasn't his hammy, it was his bummy. Look, I said that, and Jim went, no, it was mud. But it does look like something popped out of his pants. I'm not going to lie.
I think that his studs got caught up when he slid, and I think that it was mud from his studs, Kate, that went up.
I hope so. If not, he needs some Imodium. That's all I'm going to say. Paul says, nervy times with Romero and Van der Ven, but I thought Dragusin looked really assured at the back. With game time and consistency, he can be a great signing. I agree. And he was another one that I thought grew into the game. I do agree. He's a bit of a beast. I like him.
Look, at the end of the day, if they're out, right, we're going to have Dragusin and we're going to have Davis in the back. And I don't care what anyone says about Davis. He's very dependable. He's
a steady Eddie.
Yeah, he doesn't. He very rarely lets us down. He let us down a lot when we had people like that
Sanchez.
Yeah, and the other one that went to Bayern Munich when he was in the back with them, Dyer.
Eric Dyer.
Yeah.
Oh, Dyer, yeah.
But
still can't believe it's at Bayern.
I think that Ben Davis is a very reliable and steady Eddie player. So
yeah. Big up Nippon, big up to Benji. Good to see you, darling. Hope you're all right. Ben's in the Christmas mood as well. We've had Mariah Carey this morning. We love it. Jim is correct that Sargo is so much better than people realise, and I've kicked a ball once or twice. Well, I haven't, but I can see.
It was a fantastic goal. It was absolutely fantastic. It was perfection in my eyes, the way he took it.
Yeah. And he's starting to chip in with important goals. That's his third in all competitions this season. Dragusin is quality. I like him. Yep. And yes, they did. Dragusin and Davis, I thought, did very well. I'm one of the ones who was a bit like, oh, Davis. But he's, like Jim says, he very rarely lets us down.
Well, you've got to think that they played nearly the whole half together, right? And they looked like scoring once, I thought. And that was when Basuma saved it off the line. They didn't really look like scoring.
Yeah. I think that applies to most defenders. They need someone solid next to him. I think that's why Van der Ven and Romero work so well, because I think Van der Ven is that solid. Romero knows he hasn't got to be rash because Van der Ven will mop up the mistakes or what have you. Go on, Chang.
Yeah, very quickly. This actually, when you talk about centre backs and their immediate partners sort of reinforcing or strengthening them on the pitch, this actually reminds me a lot of Ledley King and Michael Dawson. Yes. Michael Dawson on his own, I'm not going to speak too much about it, but let's just say if Michael Dawson is on the pitch, he needs Ledley King beside him. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you're right. And that's why getting that chemistry and getting the right duo is so important. Gabriel and Saliba, one without the other, they're still good, but they don't work as well. Toby and Jan as well, another prime example. Vindaloo saying it's going to be Arsenal Tottenham League Cup final, and I'll write to Arteta to let you guys have it. What a load of waffle. You're covering yourself in case you lose. I can see what you're doing. I've got your number. Last time we went to a final, Eric Dyer went to the toilet. Yeah, I remember that. Davis will always bring the groceries home from the store, and that's all that matters. Exactly. And he is a perfect professional. I completely agree. I'm busy making my Christmas advert. Oh, Christmas advert. What, you're going to be on telly? What's this for, Benji? I don't know about Ben Davis against Watkins or Duran, though. Yeah, that's why we need to know the defenders that are going to be available tomorrow. I agree with what you're saying, but we don't know if he'll be playing. He took it so well, given it looked lazy. That makes it better. Bobby Kay, a.k.a. Brown Man, is in the house.
I watched the video of you, Bobby, this morning, and I just come off the video and thought, what have I just watched? That was so funny.
What actually happened was I was watching it and I was screaming, laughing. And Jim come in, he went, "What's happened?" I said, "It's Bobby Kay. He's sent me this hilarious video. You've got to watch it." It just made me crease when you do your little flappy ears and your Batman costume. It's so funny. But yes, morning to you, Bobby. He says, "Happy Diwali." And yes, to anyone that's celebrating, Happy Diwali. I believe it is today. So yes, and to you and your family, Bobby. Right, let me scroll down. We must be nearly at the end. Chalk Talks Tottenham. Big up to you. I'm not sure I've seen you. Have you changed your name? I don't recognise the name. But good morning to you. We are all good. Hope you are well. Good to see you. Yeah, everyone does need a shouty leader. I agree with that. You better be in the chat if you lose. Don't hide. To be fair to Vindaloo, he does always come in. Win, lose, he's always in the chat. He doesn't ever hide. Happy Diwali. Hey, that video was just for you, Kate. Oh, okay. We'll see. I won't show him the other one. Promise. Amarim confirmed. Yep. I think we all knew that. It was probably the worst kept secret. So Man United have a new manager. I feel kind of sorry for Rude. I'm wondering if they're going to find a sort of a job for him, or whether they're just going to let him go, because he made it clear he wanted the job. I kind of feel a little bit sorry for him, because I think everyone thought he'd come in. If Ten Hag got sacked, he would be put in interim charge, and if he did a good job, might get it. But it's not turned out that way.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I know, but I do like Ruud van Nistelrooy. I think it was. I always liked him as a player, and I think watched him the other day. I thought he'd come over really well. But big up, Shimten. Hope you and your mum are okay. Ben's got 44 kilos of coffee to shift. Buy my Christmas coffee. There you go. You heard it here first. Buy Ben's Christmas coffee. I will say, Ben's coffee is the nuts. And I don't say that lightly, because Ben said to me, when you have our coffee, you won't need sugars. Bearing in mind, I have 3 sugars in coffee. And I can honestly say you do not need sugar in Ben's coffee. It is amazing. So go to the coffee company and buy his new Christmas coffee, because it sounds divine. If you remember last season, Villa's winner came from Watkins exposing Davis, who was playing as a centre-back that game. Yes, I try not to remember, but I do. Big up, Baloo. Good to see you. We're nearly at the end. Watched the movie Coco today. Is that the cartoon?
It's a Disney Pixar movie about this Hispanic family, and this young lad. He sort of tries to get.
He wants to be a musician or something.
He was an aspiring musician, and he had to get his. I think it was his great grandmother to remember her own father before her passing, before the end, so that there's that sort of continuum. And I think it also coincides with this day in America. It's the Mexican version of the Day of the Dead over there in America. So that's the festival.
That's a beautiful film. And you know what? The music and the colours and everything is fantastic. We watched that at our friends. Me and Jim with Wheels went round, and he put it on at our friend's house just to have something on. And it was brilliant. We loved it. So, yeah. Do you know what, Joey? I never thought Ruud van Nistelrooy was attractive. The first thing I said to Jim was, "Corey, and I look nice now. He's got older. He looked gorgeous.
Got a face like an horse.
No, not anymore. He's gorgeous."
Well, I ain't going to say anything, but I saw him eating some hay the other day.
You're mean. Big up, Phil Coys. Lovely to see you. And I think you're going to the Ipswich game. I need to speak to you. Make sure that I see you. Adults watching cartoons. That's a whole new debate. Joey, do you know what? It's no problem with watching cartoons. Different folks with different strokes. That's what I say. And sometimes
I actually
Jack.
watch a lot more cartoons than anything else. I watch more cartoons than action movies, than comedies, than romances, than dramas. To me, I think even as a kid, cartoons were everything, and even more so now when I have two very impressionable young daughters, I need to watch them even more with them.
Yeah, and do you know what? Sometimes you need a bit of Disney in your life to get away from the misery that is human adulting. It's nice to get that little bit of escapism. So, yeah, stuff it. We love cartoons. Jimmy's more gorgeous. Rude does not look like Trigger. Don't be evil.
Yeah, he needs a broom. Well, I give him a broom and he'll be all right.
You're vile. Cartoons are better TV than any of the rest of the drivel. I loved Beavis and Butthead back in the day, I've got to say. Thanks, Princess Kate. Mum's a bit better. She has a carer coming once a day, but her NHS physiotherapist has stopped coming, so hopefully not an issue, but I do worry about it all. Bless her. Well, we'll be thinking of you and sending her love, yeah. Baloo, keep your hands off Jimbo, he's mine. Face like a horse or gorgeous, same thing. Horses are gorgeous. Yes, exactly, Ellie. Well put. Well put. And do you know what? Men always say men aren't good looking because they're, jealous.
Well, I think Bobby's very handsome.
Well, he is. That goes without saying. Anyone can see Bobby's handsome. He's like the milk tray man. But let's get on to this weekend's games, which obviously the first game of the weekend is actually one of the ones I'm really looking forward to watching because it is Newcastle versus the Gooners. As someone said in the chat, they were turned over last season. So a bit of revenge there. Chang, how do you see this one going? Do you see it potentially being, well, it's not an upset if Newcastle win, but do you see them being able to get something out of this game?
I am actually expecting Newcastle to be able to pull off the same trick that they were able to conjure up against City when they came away with a 1-1 draw, and that's going to be my prediction for this match. Honestly, if you to look at the game that they played against Chelsea in Midweek, if they can just keep up that high tempo, high intensity, high press, and I know that Eddie Howe would really love to close the gap to Arsenal if they are to stand any chance of finishing the top 4 this season. So yeah, I am expecting Newcastle to be able to give a good account of themselves. Although I think this will all come down heavily, or this would rest very heavily on just who is going to be fit for Arsenal. That I think is going to be the telling point. Although at this high level, I think even the backups, even the bench warmers will be able to do a decent job, assuming they don't chop and change too much. So yeah, I expect this to be a very fiery early kickoff tomorrow, but I'm still sticking with my 1-0 prediction for this game.
Yeah, I will tell you, I did obviously get Nick's prediction. He's holidaying it up in Bognor Regis, coming home today. But he also predicted a 1-1 draw, same as you, Mr. Chang. A lot of people in the chat are saying draws, and Chelsea boy comes straight in with a 1-0. What's your thoughts, Jimbo?
It's a very hard
Phil, I will make sure we see you. Just get that in now.
Well, you've got to be careful that you keep arranging to meet people, Kate, because we can only have so much time. So just be careful.
We're getting there early, so we'll be able to see some. And after the game, we're not leaving straight away. So
I don't want to say we're meeting people and then don't end up meeting them and make us look bad.
Why don't you like Phil Coys?
I love Phil Coys, but I'm just
saying you don't want to meet him.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you everyone you talk to, you.
Phil, sorry, I apologise on Jim's behalf. He don't like you. I don't know why, but I'll make sure I see you. Be nice to him.
It's got nothing to do with that. It's just I want to make sure we don't arrange to meet too many people so we let people down. All right? You just say, yeah, I'll meet you. Yeah, I'll meet you. There's like a list of about 30 people.
I'll get my secretary to organise it. It's fine.
Yeah, I want to
But
see Phil. Of course I do, but just saying, you have to draw the line somewhere. All right, Newcastle. We
Newcastle,
will try
Arsenal.
and meet you, Phil, for sure. I think it's a very, very hard one, but I think I'm going to go with Ed, and I think I'm going to go with Ed's score. I think it'll be a 2-2.
That's what I've done. 2-2. 3-1 Arsenal. I think the same. I mean, we've all gone for a draw. Nick and Chang 1-1. Me and you 2-2. I just think there might be a few goals, but I think Newcastle need to start getting results, and I think Arsenal. I don't know. I've just got a feeling it's not going to be as straightforward. I know Vindaloo's saying 3-1. I've just got a feeling that it will be a draw. So that's
Joey
a
Barton
unanimous.
talks some waffle, doesn't he, Jim? It's over already.
I know. He's waffle.com. That's what he is, waffle.com.
I don't want to meet Phil. I don't want to arrange to meet 30 people and let 15 down.
We've only arranged to meet one.
No, you haven't, Kate. You've arranged to meet quite a few.
Oh, yeah. Well, all
yeah.
right, about 3.
Just we've got to meet my cousins.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So just what I'm saying is just be careful, but you don't arrange to meet.
Phil, I'm sorry. I don't know why Jim's got such a vendetta against you. But yeah, we will see you there. Just don't listen to him. What was you saying, Jim?
Bollocks.
And we know we have definitely got to see Mickey Hazard. Bingo! Yes, as well. Don't meet anyone at the game unless Mr. Chang is there. I know. We need Chang to come over for a match for sure. That's understandable, Chang. Just a bit worried. Yeah, we're talking about we will talk about the setup. Because we're Asian, when shall we have a karaoke stream? Oh, don't tempt me. I love karaoke. It's my favourite. Afternoon, Paddy Hartnett. I'm still laughing about that video yesterday that was on three Spurs boys in the coffee company. It was so funny. I think Arsenal beat them 2-1. Wow, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's because I'm a northerner. I know. He's honestly so racist. Isak has started scoring. That's good.
So what score did Paddy say?
2-1 to 2-1 to Newcastle.
Well, you said Arsenal.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Jim refusing to meet people that give time to the channel. Wow, delusions of grandeur. See, they all think I'm Mr. Big Time. Miss Big Time. It's him.
No, I'm a sensible one, Joey. Right? I'm a sensible one, right? It's all right saying you're going to meet all these people, but sometimes it's hard to find them if there's too many of them, and there's only so much time in the day. So just keep it sensible. That's all I'm saying. But we will meet Phil. I want to meet Phil.
Honestly, he's such a big time. I like mixing with the peasants. I haven't forgot where I come from.
You know what? She can be so boring sometimes.
Look, now you've hang on. That's it. You put us around the wrong way. Bobby's saying good morning to Paddy. What next? Jim will charge for photos. He already does that. What can I say? Such a Mr. Big Time. Kate, I don't want to meet Chang at a game. I want him to come to my house for dinner with his family. What a lovely man. Yes, I agree. Jim, why do you hate Phil? Did Kate make you say that? Blink twice if you need help. Leave Jimbo alone. He meet you, Phil, but only if you get the beers. Right, next game. Bournemouth versus Manchester City. I think this is a hard one to call as well, because Bournemouth have hit a bit of form. Man City are riddled with injuries. Jim, what are you thinking with this one?
Well, the thing is, Paul, right? We are going to get there really, really early. So if people are there early, we can meet them early.
Yeah.
So we want to miss all the.
Yeah, because it's Remembrance Sunday, so we want to get there nice
we want to miss all the rubbish on the train. So we're going to get there double early.
Yeah, and, we're hoping there's a cafe there where we can get a bit of brekkie.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on, Jimbo. Sorry, Bournemouth versus City.
I think Do you know what? I think I might go against the grain with this one. And I think I'm going to go. I fancy Bournemouth to get something out of this.
Well, I'd just like to point out that I have done 2-1 Bournemouth. Seeing Vindaloo put it, that's exactly the scoreline I've done. I think City drop points as well.
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1, Jimbo. What have I started here? I love it. Mr. Chang, do you think we're being a little bit, not optimistic, but do you think we're not giving City enough credit here?
I honestly think that City have enough left in the tank to win this game, although not very comfortably. But seeing as how they just only about scrapped a win against Southampton, and they also narrowly avoided dropping points against Wolverhampton Wanderers the week before, I am going to go for a 2-0 City win. I originally wanted to go for 2-1, but I think they should be able to keep a clean sheet against the Cherries that are now without. Oh my goodness, what's his name? Was really gone to the Middle East. Ivan Toney, yes, they are without Ivan Toney, so I think they might struggle. Bournemouth might struggle to score against City.
Ivan Toney was at Brentford.
Oh, he was at Brentford. Okay, so I've mixed up. So
You're thinking Dominic Solanke came to.
All right, sorry, Solanke. Sorry, that's right,
Solanke.
Solanke. Oh my goodness.
They have got, is it Danielson they've got now who's looking a bit warm? He started scoring goals. He's looking to be quite decent. It's all right, Chang.
Change my score.
It's Friday, Chang. You're allowed to be confused. I'm confused most days. Fridays are the worst.
So yeah, I'm still sticking with my 0-2 prediction. City to win by 2-0.
Okay. And Jim, what do you want to change to?
I'm going to change it to 3-1 to City.
Oh, you're such a flip-flop.
I know. I just saw Tom, and when Tom said put 3-1, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go with Tom.
Honestly, Jim, you make me sick. King of the flip-flops. Don't ever call me a flip-flop again. So you're going 3-1 to City, you flip-flopper. Yeah. Nick has gone with a 2-1. Oh, I've done 3-1 Bournemouth now. Bloody hell. Nick has gone with a 2-1 City win, and I've gone with a 2-1 Bournemouth win, which is the same as Nippon. So City will drop points. I mean, you guys beat them. Oh, Vindaloo, don't make me put you in timeout. Yes, Phil, I will help round the homies up. Exactly. Swolonki. Evan Nielsen, that's it. He got in our team of the week last week. I like the look of him. Jim will go to the opposite of what Phil says. Next game, Ipswich versus Leicester. Nick has gone for a 2-1 Ipswich win, and I've gone for a 3-2 Leicester win. This one, I think it'd be loads of goals. Mr. Chang, what do you see with this? It's difficult because they're both not great, but
this is a difficult one to call. I think a draw should be a fair result on the cards. Looking at their current league positions as well as their form, I'm going to go with a 1-1. I think a 1-1 draw should be fair for both these teams. You would actually back both these teams to actually try and score as much as they can muster, seeing as they might very well be relegation candidates come end of the season. But I think it's going to be so tight that neither team wants to lose this game for fear of this game turning into a 6-pointer for them in their fight for survival. As such, I think it's going to be a very tightly contested affair. It's going to be a very closely fought affair. So I'm going with a 1-1 draw here.
Yeah, do you know what, Joey? I think you're spot on there. I think this week's Premier League fixtures, they are so difficult this year. I know we say it every week, but they are really difficult this week. What's that, Phil? He really don't like you. Didn't give a bad pie or something. Jimbo, what's your thoughts for Ipswich Leicester?
I'm going to go 2-2. I think it'd be a few goals in it, and I think that it'd be a draw.
Yeah, same as Ellie. I've gone for Ipswich 2, Leicester 3, and Nick's gone for an Ipswich 2, Leicester 1. So he's gone for an Ipswich, and I've gone for a Leicester win. So it should be a good game. I think it'll be a decent game, this one. But then we've got to see, this is another really tough game. Liverpool-Brighton. Obviously, Liverpool flying under Arne Slot, but Brighton are playing some brilliant football as well. Jimbo, I'm going for you first with this one.
I'm going to go the same as their cup game. I'm going to go 3-2 to Liverpool.
Wow, lots of goals. 3-2 to Liverpool. So did Brighton go out the cup today?
Yeah.
Can't even remember. See,
Yeah.
I was so buzzed about us getting through. I didn't really look at anyone else. I know that Aston Villa went out and Chelsea went out, but 3-2 says Jimbo. Mr. Chang, Liverpool Brighton. What's your thoughts?
I think Liverpool might just nick this by the odd goal, although I don't think it's going to be a very high-scoring affair. As such, I'm going to go for Liverpool 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1.
Okay, well, Jimbo, this is why we are the perfect match, because I too went with 3-2. I think it'll be an open game with loads of goals. And Nick has gone with 3-1. So we've all done Liverpool to win. Leo and Chrysandro are going for the draws. 2-1 Liverpool. Paddy says Liverpool are due to lose. Brighton to win 2-1. 3-2 Brighton. Wow, says Vindala. I think that's hopium there. He wants Liverpool to drop points. Liverpool 1-0. Liverpool 3-2. Yeah, Phil's on our wavelength, even though Jim doesn't like him.
I didn't say that. Take no notice, Phil.
Big up, Villa, James. Good to see you. How are you feeling that Villa got knocked out of the cup? Are you expecting a reaction against Spurs at the weekend? GBC fans here, big up to you. Two Sides of the Spurs podcast. Is that Colin? Or is it Jamie? I don't know which one of you it is. I think it's Colin, but big up. Oh, it is Jamie. It says it there. Look, oh my, see, Friday's Chang. I told you I go blonder on a Friday. I'm so dopey. 3-1 Liverpool. 3-1 Liverpool. Liverpool 9-0. I like Phil as well. It's only certain people that don't. Just saying. Liverpool and Man City wins is like losses to Arsenal fans. I love you anyway, Phil. That's because you're a better man than he is. I'm just saying. But next up, another difficult one. Forest versus Wet Spam. Nick has gone Forest to win this 2-0. I have gone Forest to win this 2-1. Jim, what's your thoughts? Forest West Ham.
I think Forest at home will beat them.
You think Forest beat them? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 to Forest.
Same as me again, Jimbo. We are the perfect match. Big up, Robbie. Good to see you. What about you, Mr. Chang? What do you think for Forest versus West Ham?
I think Forest should win this. I know I predicted Forest to lose last weekend, and I think Nuno Espirito Santo deserves a lot of credit for the revitalization of Forest, despite them, losing their manager Steve Cooper to Leicester City. So for this particular weekend, I'm backing them to beat the Spammers, and I think it's going to be a 1-0 to Forest. I think if Forest are to get anything from this game, they should look to secure a clean sheet at home. And if they are to win, I think it's going to be by the odd goal. So yes, it's going to be Forest 1, West Ham 0 for me.
Yeah, I think Forest win this. Big up to Leo's dad, the Moose, from everyone at the perfect match. Hi, Moose. Hi. I'm sure they're driving to work at the minute. But Joey's saying a 0-0 board draw. Villa James says, I'm not too bothered about the cup. It was just about getting minutes for our players coming back from injury. Mings got full game. I think Villa win 1-3 on Sunday. Son, Rodgers, Watkins, Duran. Interesting.
You know what, James? Why is it when anyone gets knocked out of the cup, they say they're not bothered?
Yeah, it's copium. That's what it is. Of course you're bothered. Everyone wants to win a trophy. And
Yeah.
Villa had a massive chance of winning that trophy. It's the same as anyone, really. But they're playing that good that they could well have won it. So shame on you if you're not worried. If Forest win, I think West Ham's manager's gone. Wow. He's got to be close to being like one of the favourites to be fired next because they're not doing very well, are they?
They'll probably beg Moyes to come back.
Is it Lopetegui or something his name, or is that
Something
his
like
name?
that. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Julian Lopetegui.
Lopetegui.
Julian Lopetegui, something
I
like
like the
that.
way you say it better, Chang. I like the way you say it better for sure. See you next week at mine, Leo. Yeah, I'm really confident for the weekend. I'm going to this game. We haven't lost a game away this season. Oh, the football gods are watching. Be careful what you say. That's all I'm going to say. Then we have the next game on the agenda. This is probably the most boring sounding game of the weekend. Southampton versus Everton. I've just got to take this phone call, Jim. So I'm going to let you go first.
Right. Well, I think that Everton have picked up, haven't they, and started doing well. But I think Southampton are due a win, and I don't think they've been really, really like diabolically bad. Did well against City, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 Southampton win. So I'm going to think it's going to be their first win of the season against Everton.
Interesting prediction there. I think my prediction isn't too far away, although I think this tie here has all the makings of a draw, although I think it will be a goal scoring draw, but not a very a very high scoring contest. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. For me, it's going to be a 1-1 draw between Southampton and Everton.
Did you hear mine, Kate?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
2-1 Southampton.
Right. So you've done 2-1. Chang's done 1-1. I've done 2-1 Everton, and Mr. Nick has done 1-1. So me and you, between us all, we've covered every base. 4-2 to Everton, says Joey, with 3 red cards. James says, the reason I'm not bothered, I'd rather go further in the Champions League. I'm just enjoying the games this season. Yeah. Do you know what? Our best friend's a Villa fan, and they're doing great. Everyone said they'll have Europe, they'll have this, they'll drop off. But no, they're doing great. Big up to Villa. I like Villa. Need to get back to work. Have a good weekend. Yes, thank you, Mark. And as he says, please like the sub. Have a nice weekend, Mark. Hope Kate and Jim are great. Much love. And hope Chang is great too. Jim, stop attacking me on Monopoly.
What's your name on Monopoly?
Oh, Jim, you're attacking our viewers on Monopoly Go. You're so mean.
What's your name on Monopoly, then? Let me know.
We do like Monopoly Go. We're both losers. Kate's got to take a phone call. No, it wasn't. It was our plumber, actually. They're coming to fix our hot water tap on Monday evening. They've just squeezed us in. So that's all it was. Everton to win 2-0. Mr. Nick is coming home from Butlins. He took his kids away for a few days and he's driving home today. So he will be back on Monday, I'm sure. 1-1 says Ellie. It could easily be a draw this weekend. I just think we will be too strong. Then Spurs in attack. Okay. Daniel Stallum, I think. Monopoly Go is an app where you play Monopoly, but you have to attack other people and stuff. It's hilarious. When I first joined, I attacked Jim 5 times on a row, and he had such a hissy fit. Said he was going to delete the app. It was hilarious. I'm not playing.
Yeah, but I've sussed it all out now, and I can't get attacked now because I'm smart. I just needed to learn it, and I've learned it.
Yeah. Oh, my nephew's just texted me and asked why we're only staying for a couple of days. Oh, bless him. Then we smashed Villa 4-0. Wow. Former Valencia player. Wow. Valencia have paid tribute. This is breaking news to a former player who has passed away in the devastating flash floods that have hit the region. Jose Castillo. He was on their books as an academy player, only 28 years old. He's just come through. He died in the flash floods. Terrible news. Very, very sad news. Hope everybody's staying safe over there. First person I thought of was Martin Knightsbridge, but I don't know. I can't remember whereabouts he is. But yeah, terrible, terrible news. So our thoughts are with his family, obviously. Yeah, it is cheesy and annoying, Dan. A bit like Jimbo. Not really, Jimbo. I love you. It's just Jim don't like Phil, and I don't know why. Rested Son will punish Villa. Oh, God. Next up at the weekend, we've got Wolves, desperate for a win, playing Palace, who, although they beat us, they're desperate for points as well. Chang, how do you see this one going up? You know, Palace obviously scraping a win past us last weekend.
I think for Palace, this game might be one game too many for them to try and win 3 on the bounce, despite them not having won a single game domestically all season until they beat us last Sunday. So I'm expecting Wolves to put up a decent performance if they are to try and claw their way out of the relegation spots. I'm going to go with Chris Sandro's prediction here. It's going to be a 1-1 draw between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Crystal Palace. 1-1 for me.
Yeah, I hear you. It's another toughie. Jimbo, what about you? Wolves versus Palace. What do you fancy for this one? Oh, yeah, and don't forget that Walton and Eze are both out, of course, for Crystal Palace, which is a massive loss.
I was just looking for Dan. Dan, what's your picture on there? Let me know what your picture is.
We're not playing Monopoly Go. We're trying to do a series.
I know, but I don't want to ruin his game for him. If I know who he is, I won't ruin his game, will I?
Do you know what? That's not true, Dan. He said to me yesterday, I think this is Luton Dan, and I'm going to beat the shit out of him. That's what he said. And he also said, P.S. I don't like Phil. Jim, Wolves versus Palace.
Well, do you know what? I think this is going to be actually a good game. Palace have really picked up, and I think Wolves are better than where they are. So I think that's going to be a really good game, and it's at Wolves. God, so hard. Joey's so right.
Yeah, Joey's so right. What happened to football chat? Film reviews, app reviews, slagging people off.
Well, I've got to ask him now because he's in the chat. After he's gone, I can't ask him, can I? I think it's going to be. I'm going to go with Blue 3-2 to Wolves. I think Wolves will get a win.
That's exact. I've gone for 3-1 Wolves. I think they'll get a win, and we go. Look, Wolves can beat Palace, but we can't. And you'll get all the haters saying, "See, Wolves can beat Palace, but Angie's useless and a fraud." So we've got a 3-2 from Jimbo, a 1-0 from Chang, a 3-1 from me, and a 2-0 to Wolves from Nick. So yeah, I think we've all predicted a Wolves win there. It's the perfect match. Nobody said, yeah, good answer, Yogi. Good answer. It doesn't ruin my game. It's all fun and games. I just don't attack anyone called Daniel there. There you go. Is he not on your Facebook, Jim?
Yeah, he might be.
Well, that's all you got to do is look at his picture. Chang's so super efficient. He always sends me his predictions as well written down in case I miss any. What a legend. They are both 2 dirty sides. It will be 2-3 Palace. There will be over 8 yellows and 3 reds. Blimey. We've got Mystic Meg in the chat as well. Big up Cooves. Says all the film and app reviews are such a waste of time. Bring back inquiries and theories. I was just explaining that Amelia is still poorly. Ever since she started her new job, she just can't get a break because she's surrounded by snotty kids all the time. So as soon as she's better and fighting fit, we will be back. We will be back. My picture is just me on my own from a few years back. There you go.
I just found him.
I'm not going to do Tottenham just yet. I'm going to go straight onto this one, which should be a cracker of a game, one hopes. Manchester United versus Chelsea. Obviously, Man U are going to have the whole new manager bounce with Amorim coming in. Chang, do you see Man United getting something from this game or Chelsea coming back? What's your thoughts?
I think this is going to be a very high goal scoring affair. Definitely the United players will want to impress on their new manager because pretty much every team and even any team, not even the Premier League, in British football for that matter, they want to leave a good, lasting first impression on their new manager. As such, I think there's going to be goals in this, although given how Chelsea lost rather disappointingly in midweek to Newcastle in the Cup, I think they are going to want to make amends for that. And I can see this being another draw. I'm expecting this to be a 2-2 draw, although I think that it will come down maybe to the last couple of minutes for either one of these teams to grab the draw. I was initially looking at a United win. They might just win this under Amorim, but I think it's going to take quite a massive rebuild to just undo, to just get away from everything that Ten Hag did wrong throughout his entire tenure there. As such, I can see this being a 2-2 draw between United and Chelsea.
What I will tell you, Chang, is I've done a 2-2 draw and so's Nick. So we've got 3 out of 4 of us have done a 2-2. Jimbo.
What?
Man United versus Chelsea. What are your thoughts? I know that the Man United manager doesn't start yet, but what I'm saying is you do tend to get that bounce when a manager gets sacked.
I'm going to go 2-1 United.
Oh, oi, Savaloy. Okay.
I think that they obviously weren't playing for Ten Hag because the way they played the other day was just a completely different United. So correct. I'm going to go. Chelsea had a bad league game. Do you know what, Kate? I'm going to go 2-2. 2-2.
Flip-flopping all over the bloody place. What is going on, Jimbo?
I'm going to go 2-2. I'll tell you why, because I just remembered, right? I just remember. I know what's coming. Let me wait. I know what's coming.
Can I just very quickly say, I think this has got to be the first and the only time all 4 of us went for the same scoreline for the very same fixture. This has never happened. All of us went for 2-2.
Well, I'll tell you why I'm going to go 2-2, right?
Because you're a flip-flop, that's why.
No, because I was listening to them talk about Chelsea, and Chelsea changed all 11 players, right? Jasper, stop barking in my ear. They changed all 11 players, and so I think that it'd be a draw. I think it'd be 2-2.
Okay, I'd just like to say Paddy's just WhatsApped me. He's joined Monopoly Go, so I've got his friend code to add him. I can't wait. We're just going to have a whole load of people to bomb. Luton Dan is saying, I watched the Joker too, and I thought it was okay-ish. And at times it was very good, but the negative is not justified. I thank you, Dan. I appreciate that because I find it very annoying, the negativity that surrounded that film, because I thought it was in places phenomenal. But there we go.
I've actually found you on the Monopoly Go. You're there under Daniel, I think.
Yeah,
if it is you, and then I will avoid you, but I will send you things to send me cards, and you can do
another
the same.
One saying 2-2. Wow, it's a conspiracy. The government Ministry of Defence has gotten to Lady Amelia's job and poisoned her to stop her telling the truth. Do you know what? This could be true. This could well be true. But bless her, we will be doing it. It's going to be called The World According to Kate and Amelia. It's slightly different, but it's going to be probably even more bonkers, to be fair. And there might still be conspiracies in there. Big up Belgium Hotspur, Yoris. Good to see you. Always good to see you. 2-1, Baloo says. I think Rude gets the win. 2-1, Man United, says Jamie. Man United 3, Chelsea 2, and Van Nistelrooy should have been given the job. Exactly what I said. Exactly what I said, Dan. Ellie going 2-2 as well. I read this morning someone said Nicholas Jackson will end up being a Ballon d'Or winner. I don't know if I've missed something there, but I'm not sure I've seen anything that makes me think that he'll ever win the Ballon d'Or. But it was in the paper, so it must be true. Cole Palmer show inbound. Sorry about my chat on Wednesday. Was quite pissed. Don't be silly, Yoris. We all say things when we're drunk, and it's not like you were particularly telling lies. It was just I didn't want to get any more grief than I already get anyway. Chelsea will smash them 3-0. Yep, Jimbo is the new flip-flop. What can we say? And also, he's the Phil-hating, flip-flopping hobbit from Lincolnshire.
Hobbit?
Yeah, well, you're only little, aren't you? You're only quite little. Yeah, he saw Phil went 2-1, so he changed his mind. I know, he didn't even try to hide it. It's disgusting. It's racism of the highest order.
I didn't see Phil went 2-1, actually.
It's northernism. That's what it is. It's northernism. To be honest, Kate, I find your wacky views on conspiracy theories ridiculous and badly reasoned, and I love every minute of it. Conspiracy theories are just made up term by the CIA. Yeah, exactly. They're mostly all true or close enough. Thank you. And dinosaurs are real. I don't necessarily agree with that, but there you go. What's this? Oh, flip-flops. There, Jim, that's for you. An array of flip-flops just for you. Amelia is an alien sent from another universe to test the cognitive function of one of the human race. Now, just hope Amarim is that good, but it's not as certain he will be good. I think the next player's more to offer and think he understands the United way. That's why I'm wondering if they give Ruud van Nistelrooy some sort of position in the coaching staff. We will see. Chris Hagenbar's come in, big up Chris, and gone straight in with a 2-2. This is bonkers. What if it's 0-0? We all look like absolute wallies. Conspiracies and theories in 100 years' time, Tottenham not winning the cup. Oh, shush. Think Werner scores against Villa. Jimbo, you flip-flop, says Yoris. I'm just loving this. As a media student, we watched the film for coursework. It was really poor film. Proper letdown DC. It didn't make sense. The ending was weird, and I don't think they need... No, I disagree. I thought it was immense. My daughter always has a go at me for calling my sliders flip-flops. Are they called flip-flops or sliders? No, they are sliders. Flip-flops are the ones that go between your toes. I haven't got to Tottenham yet, so you're all too quick. But Shelter says Chelsea fans are getting arrogant. Humbling is due. Agreed. And big up Steve RFC. Big up to you. We've got 2 games left. Fulham versus Brentford is 1. Nick has gone for a Brentford 2-1 win. I have gone for a 2-2 draw. Jimbo, what do you fancy for
I'm going to go for a Fulham. This is for me. I definitely a win for Fulham. I'm going to go 2-1.
Are you sure you don't want to change your mind?
No, for 2-1 to Fulham.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You're not going to flip-flop?
No.
2-1 Fulham. Mr. Chang, what about yourself?
I'm going for a 2-1 to Brentford. I think it's going to be Fulham 1 and Brentford 2. Same as Mr. Collison, right? Yep, exactly the same.
Yeah, okay.
I'm very peaceful without you, Nick, if you're watching.
Oh, that's not very... What is with you today? You're so nasty. Jimbo, you massive flip-flop. I think we'll smash Villa 5-0 because we're the GOAT, and I've always maintained that since Wednesday.
I haven't given my Villa score yet.
Fulham 1, Brentford 2. Fulham 2, Brentford 3. 2-1 Fulham. 2-1 Brentford. Wow, lots of different scorelines coming through. But obviously, the only game anyone really gives a crap about at the weekend is Tottenham versus Aston Villa, which, to be fair, isn't going to be an easy game for either team, in my opinion. I'm waiting for Postecoglou's... I've got it open. I'm waiting for any team news to come through. So if we do get team news and you want to change your mind, you are allowed, except Jim, because he's used all his flip-flops up for today. But Chang, I mean... You don't have to give me your score yet if you don't want to, but you can if you want to. But how are you feeling about playing Villa at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
It's going to be a very tightly contested affair. This is even regardless of who we put out against them. I can still see them scoring against us because for us, getting a clean sheet in the league or even in any competition this season is going to be a rarity. And with the news that Mickey Van der Ven, I mean, a lot of us will be sweating on Mickey Van der Ven more so than Son, honestly. And I am expecting us, I still fully expect us to come out with a victory to just make amends for that horrendous showing at Sellers Park last Sunday. I would like to quickly add this. Just bear with me this next couple of seconds while I try to sort out this Palace team. Now, to anyone who's watched the Palace loss in midweek, the Villa team. If anyone saw the Villa team that got beat by Palace, apart from John McGinn, their club captain, Unai Emery pretty much fielded an entirely different starting 11. against Crystal Palace at home. From their goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez, to their centre-backs, Ezri Konsa and Pau Torres, to their fullbacks, Matty Cash and Luca Dean, their midfielders, Amadou Onana and Yuri Tillemans, as well as their forwards, Ollie Watkins, Morgan Rogers and Jacob Ramsey. It was a completely different starting 11. And I fully expect this Villa team, who were only able to draw, I believe it was 1-1 to Bournemouth last Saturday. I expect them to try and make up for those two disappointing results by trying their utmost best to get a win on Sunday. But I still expect us to come away with the points. I am predicting a 2-1 win to Spurs. I think we should be able to score with either one of Solanke and Johnson to get one of those goals for our forwards, and probably a Kulusevski goal, or even another Timo Werner goal. That's not beyond the realms of impossibility. But yeah, it's going to be a 2-1 win for me against Villa. I really do hope we can make it 2 consecutive losses for Villa in as many days in this last couple of days. And yeah, hopefully we will be able to close the gap. That I think is the most important thing for me, just being able to close that gap to Villa in the hunt for 4th.
Yeah. Kuba says Villa rested 10 players midweek and it's a relatively short trip. We won't have that midweek Euro hangover advantage. But James, the Villa fans, going 3-1 Villa, whilst Ruder's going 3-1 Spurs. Jimbo, what's your thoughts?
I fancy I'm with someone just said Belgium Hotspur. He fancies us to beat anybody at home, and I feel exactly the same. I fancy we can beat anyone at home. So I'm going to go 4-1 Spurs. I think we'll be 4-0, and then we might leak a goal where we're all just happy dancing around the pitch. So I'm going to go 4-1 to Spurs.
Well, Nick and I, hang on, no, where are we? We kind of agreed. Nick's done a 1-1 and I've done a 2-2. I've just got a feeling Villa we share the spoils, but I hope I'm wrong and that you one of you is right. But apparently Mickey van der Ven has gone to his social media and just put "be back soon," which doesn't bode that well. The fact he's put "be back soon" and not looking forward to Sunday or something. So, but Ange hasn't confirmed anything as of yet. Bobby's saying 5-1, Solanke to get 3, Werner and Johnson. I'm looking forward to Man United Chelsea on Sunday. Yep, should be a good game. Villa game's a real 6-pointer. Then it's Europa for Spurs next week. Yeah, it is Galatasaray away. Oh, that's a horrible place to go. 3-2 Spurs, says Donovan. Like it. For my fantasy Premier League, I need Spurs to win and Cooley to score, but Villa look good and feel they are up there at the minute and not got out of third gear. This the first year I've predicted Villa to be right up there. They do look very, very good, Villa. But here, Mickey and Postecoglou has said that Mickey van der Ven has a strained hamstring, which is not serious, but will keep him out until after the international break. Oh God. Romero and Werner, who were a bit sore, have a chance for the weekend. Son trained today and should be back. So Sonny should be back, which is a bonus. Romero and Werner look like they'll be all right, but Mickey is going to be out until after the international break, which I think is towards the end of November.
The thing is, Kate, is you're never going to keep a player like Mickey van der Ven, right? Fit all season because of his sprints, and he's always going to get some niggles. So we got to learn to cope without him. I mean, it's not like he's been at the club forever and we haven't coped without a player like him before. So it's for people like Jagrusin to step up. So I'm not that worried.
To be fair, when he went off, I thought we the players stepped up and handled it brilliant. The next international break, November the 11th. So it's after the Ipswich game.
I just hope that Mickey van der Ven will be back before the end of the month, because we have to play away to City on the 24th of November in about 3 weeks' time. That I think is
Yeah.
going to be a very crucial game for Spurs, and Mickey Van der Ven is going to be key in that fixture.
Yeah, a bit gutted because it means that when we go to see Ipswich, we won't get to see Mickey, and it's a sight to behold when you watch him and how fast he really is. But at least it isn't that serious, and he should be back. Like you say, he should. If things go to plan, he should be back by that game because it says after the international break. So, fingers crossed, he will be back by the 19th, which is when we return. I hate all these international breaks. I think they're dreadful. I thought Onana was out, but maybe he's back. I'm not sure. I heard a stat today. Let me find it because I was going to bring this up and I completely forgot. And now I don't even know where I've put it. But it was very surprising. Bentancur loses the ball more often than the majority of midfielders in the Premier League. That's come out today. I would never have believed that. I mean, Chang, you're nodding. Are you surprised by that or not really? Because I was absolutely shocked.
I wouldn't find it surprising given the way he plays and given how little games he's played for us this season. For me, I think he just needs a string of games with a stable or rather a regular centre midfield to build and develop an understanding with whoever he's going to be partnering in midfield. For me, I think it's not so much of him losing possession or giving away possession needlessly. It's him getting back to his form, the sort of form that really got us Champions League under Conte. There's a very good reason why the fans came up with that tune of him being the reason why we got Champions League under Conte. And I still honestly feel that he's actually the better fit of Kulusevski as him being his centre midfield partner, but I can see why Big Ange would favour Bissouma or even Pape Matar over him. For me, I just feel that for Bentancur, he just needs to forget whatever happened to him and his international teammates during the Copa America. That should be long behind him right now. And for him, I think it's just getting minutes under his belt, whether it's at a club level or even in an international level, and just work hard. Forget about all that has happened during the Copa America, and just get back to his level best. And I'm very, very sure that come the second half of this season, especially from January onwards, assuming we do not reinforce that already congested midfield of ours, I feel that he still has a very, very big part to play for us for the rest of this season.
Yeah, I agree. To know what, part of me is glad he's not going to make the Galatasaray game because they're savage and they could probably do some damage. So, but yeah, hopefully it'll just be Ipswich and Galatasaray that he misses, as well as Villa, obviously. Don't worry, Kate, you'll be seeing me at the Ipswich game. I am a sight to behold. Not if Jim has anything to do with it. Just saying, Jimbo. Jim, for the game against Villa, what team are you putting out? Obviously, now we know that Van der Ven isn't going to be back. Let's start with the back four. Who are you putting in the back four?
Well, I know obviously Porro's going to start because he never played him. I would have Romero, Dragusin, and Udogie. That'd be my back four.
Who did you have? Romero and Dragusin?
Yeah.
And then Udogie and Porro?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you agree with that, Chang? Yeah.
100%. I honestly feel that back four and our goalkeeper, I think those are the only positions which I feel are pretty much nailed on every single week. But seeing as how Van der Ven's going to be missing out for a couple of weeks, I think Dragusin would be a better fit compared to, say, Ben Davies. And that would be my preferred defensive line, and Vicario will be Vicario.
Yeah, so Jim, I agree. His name is Michael, yes, just so you know. I do agree with that back four, but what about midfield, Jim? Are you making changes from the midweek?
I would bring I would bring Madders back in,
Right.
definitely, because he's had a rest. So I would bring Madders back in, and I think Basuma and Kulu.
Okay. Just quickly, let me say, big up Bobby K. Been a member for a year. How's that even possible? I didn't even know they had memberships that long. You legend, Bobby. Mwah. Thank you very much for your support, as always, and for your amazing intro as well with Coovs. So very much appreciated. Chang, Jim's got Madders, Basuma, Kulu. Any different, or are you sticking to the same?
I think it should be the same. It should be the same midfield trio that played away against Palace, because Big Ange should like to rectify that pretty soon too. I gather, before we take on City, and what better way than to give this midfield trio another opportunity to make up for that very it's such a woeful performance against Palace, but I'm not even going to go into detail on that, seeing as how we won against City. For me, I think Maddison should be dropped at halftime if things don't start going our way. I really do hope that if we are trailing, or even if we are still level by halftime, that Big Ange will drop Maddison for either one of Pepe Matassar or Bentancur. I still feel it's going to be Sar coming on for Madison at halftime if we need to freshen things up and push Kulusevski further up the field to fill in as the attacking midfielder. But yeah, the midfield trio of James Madison as our attacking midfielder, and Kulusevski and Bissouma as our centre midfielders would be my preferred midfield trio.
See, I don't know if I'd play Madders and Kulu together. I'm not sure I like that much. Some games, yeah, but I'm not sure against Villa. I think I would maybe do Kulu, Sar, Benny, possibly, or Kulu, Basuma, Benny, and just see how it goes.
Well, I can
But
tell you something, Kate, 100%, without any shadow of a doubt, Maddison will be playing.
Well, if Madders plays, then I don't think I'd start Kulu.
He's going to be playing. I'll tell you that now.
But I agree with what someone, Yoris says. I think Udogie desperately needs a rest. And Spence, as far as I know,
well, they were aiming to get him back for this game.
Yeah, so maybe start Spence. Go on, Chang. Sorry.
No, very quickly. Just so you know, Madison was in the subs for the City home game midweek win, but he didn't come on at any point. So James Madison was completely rested in midweek.
So maybe then I would start, because you're right, yeah, Madders. Because I remember saying to Jim when the final whistle went, he jumped up. Maybe Madders, Bentancur.
I don't say you can leave Kulu out.
I know, but he can't just keep playing and playing and playing.
Well, at the end of the day, Kay, if he's going to rest him, I'd rest him against Galatasaray.
Or against Ipswich, of course. It could. Yeah, it'd be interesting. It is interesting. We've got quite some good options there. I wouldn't play Madders. We need the legs. Kulu, Sar, Biss. Yeah, I can see an argument for that. I personally don't think right at this moment in time, playing Madders and Kulu works. And I 1,000,000% think Udogie needs a rest. 1,000,000%. Kulu, Sar, and Biss is my choice. Yeah. Porro, Romero, Dragusin, Udogie, Basuma. Kulu, Benny, Johnson, Solanke, Sonny. I mean, the front three. You would think it would be Johnson, Solanke, and Sonny. But will he start Sonny because he's coming back, or? I mean, Chang, what do you think?
Does it matter if he starts him and takes him off or puts him on later? It doesn't really matter. If he's not going to play a full 90 minutes, I think it's better to start him. And if we've got a decent lead, take him off.
Yeah, I mean, but do you like Chang? Do you think he starts him, or do you think he maybe gives Werner or Charleston a go? What do you think?
I think the safe bet, the tried and tested formula would be to start with Timo Werner, because if Timo Werner has gotten his first goal in midweek, I think we should let him try and build on it and try and see if it helps his confidence. Although, much like Madison going off for either one of Pepe Matassar or Bentancur at halftime, if Timo Werner is still finding it hard to score in a league against Villa come Sunday, then he should also be taken off by halftime for either one of Richarlison or Mikey Moore. I would lean heavily on him starting and then coming off at halftime for Mikey Moore. And if let's say we need to have two up front, assuming that Big Ange has a 4-4-2 lineup, if we really need to get goals, then only then maybe one of our midfielders will make way for Richarlison to partner Solanke up front as a forward two.
Yeah, I see. I get what you're saying, Jim. I don't see him starting Sonny. I just don't. But I might be completely off the mark there.
Joey just said something as a joke, but he could be right. He might rest Solanke and put Richie in because Solanke has worked a lot.
He looked absolutely knackered.
Yeah, but he don't stop, does he?
No,
he don't stop working.
Stop. So I'm not convinced Sonny walked straight back in. Not because he doesn't deserve to. I just don't know if he'll want to throw him straight back in. And also, Joey said something else that I thought was interesting about Madison. And
Joey says a lot of things that are interesting today.
Yeah. He put, cast your mind back to the game prior to Palace when Madders was captain. He looks a bit down in his post-match interview despite the result. Maybe all isn't well in his head. I've just got a feeling that Ange isn't sold on Madison because he hasn't played 90 minutes yet this season. And I just think with Kulu playing so well, and I don't think Kulu and Madders particularly work great together anymore, or at least at the minute. I'm thinking Madders is the one that's missing out, and maybe Madders don't like it.
But you've got to think, Kate, right? This is what you've got to think, that most subs that are made are midfield because it's the hardest working position. So most of the subs that are made in games are in midfield. So it's not unusual for a player to be subbed quite a lot in the midfield area.
It's not unusual to be loved.
Well, midfield is really where games are won and lost. If you've got a really strong midfield, you normally win more games than you lose. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think Richie starts because Dom looked tired. He did look tired, to be fair. And like Jim says, he doesn't stop. Timo, Sonny Johnson for counter-attack. I'm worried that if we chuck Sonny in too soon, he's going to get injured again. He ain't getting any younger, bless him. Moore is good enough to start now. Rinketic's already conceding the bet and asking where should he send the money to. Elephant in the room. Isn't anyone concerned about Solanke's lack of goals? All jokes aside, he works hard, but the goals aren't there. Yeah, it's a little bit concerning.
Well, it's not concerning, Kate, because as long as someone's scoring, that's all that matters.
Well, it is concerning, Jim, when we've spent 65 million on a goal scorer.
He works so hard in other areas, holding the ball up, bringing people into play. He's back helping defend. No, I don't think it's a concern at all. As long as we're scoring goals from somewhere, is all that matters. It doesn't matter who scores them. He contributes to the team massively. So that's the important thing.
What about you, Son? I was going to call you Sonny then. I don't know why. It's because I've got Son in my head thinking, poor Sod, I don't know if he's ready to come back. Chang, I bet you'd like Sonny's money. I'm sure we all would. What's your thoughts on Solanke? Are you a bit worried? Because he's a striker and he's not really scoring goals.
For me, I think it's more of a matter of confidence, much like, say, Brendan Johnson, before Brendan Johnson went on this goal scoring streak, and also him getting on the same wavelength with his other teammates. This actually brings to mind what I said very early on before the league got underway, where I felt that we missed a very good opportunity to get Solanke as early as possible, even as soon as the transfer window was open, because he wasn't even part of the England setup that went to the Euros in Germany. So I thought, it was a big missed opportunity, and we are now paying the price for that. We are paying the price for not giving him a proper preseason, for him not being, being able to get up to speed with the rest of the team as we were trying to work out our best starting 11 before the season got underway. And I really do hope that he does get in and amongst the goals pretty soon, because knowing our fan base, knowing some of the negative Nancy's out there who would love to have just about anything to have a moan about, and the price tag attached to him, although that's not his fault, much like you could say it wasn't Brendan Johnson's fault for the price tag with which he was bought at, but Solanke has to justify that at some point, even more so than Richarlison, I feel. Dominic Solanke has to show Big Ange and also us fans why he would be the better of the two between him and Richarlison as our regular centre forward. So I feel that it's down to confidence. I am still expecting him to back at the very least double figures for us in the league this season. Whether that's going to come as soon as February or March, that remains to be seen. But yeah, I think it's all down to confidence. And this is where I feel having someone like Sonny back in the team and providing the assists and also the passes for him to score those goals would be very, very vital. Here's hoping that Kulusevski will be able to do what Madison has been unable to do for Solanke, and which is to provide assists and crosses for him to latch onto and hopefully get a few goals for us before the end of the calendar year.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
will score goals. They will come. But I think what he's doing for the team is fantastic. He's a proper team player, and he gets in good positions. He works hard for the team. If you watched him the other day holding the ball up, he's fantastic. He's such a big guy. He brings others into play. He opens spaces up for others. Look at the spaces he opens up for Werner out on the left. And I think that it was money well spent in my eyes, and he will score goals. There's no argument about it.
Yeah. James, the Villa fan, did send me the team who he expects, which was Martinez, Cash, boo, Matty Cash, boo, Konsa, Powell, Digne, Anana, Tielemans, McGinn, Ramsey, Watkins, Rogers. Look, they're a good team, Villa. They're a good team. Martinez, fantastic keeper. I mean, I saw he won that award again for best keeper in the world. There's arguments for him being, I don't think he's the best keeper in the world, but I think he's one of the very best keepers in the world. He's certainly, I would say, the best penalty saver in the world. They're a very, very good team. But it's who turns up on the day, really. Villa are very solid. It's whether Spurs can get at them early. Chang, is anyone in that team that worries you particularly?
Maybe Ollie Watkins, if he can, get past Romero and Dragushin, he'll be the one to look out for, seeing as how we're going to be without Mickey Van Ven this Sunday. And also maybe Emilio Martinez. This also goes back to what I was saying earlier about Solanke and his lack of confidence. If there's one player and one player only who's going to be stopping us from scoring goals, I have a sneaky feeling it's going to be Martinez. Don't be surprised. Please don't be surprised if Martinez pulls off his best performance in a Villa shirt against us on Sunday, which is just so... I don't know why. Playing against Spurs is like the perfect platform for any player to bring the best out of themselves, whether you're a goalkeeper or whether you are a new player in the Premiership who has never scored a goal in the Premiership, never scored a goal for their club, and who better to do that but against us. So yeah, don't be surprised if Emilio Martinez pulls off a masterclass in goalkeeping this Sunday. But apart from those two, I think the other players should be able to be dealt with our players. Only their goalkeeper and also their striker, those will be the two players for me to look out from, one in front and one at the back.
Yeah, I've just noticed Duran isn't in that list. Is he injured? Because he's a brilliant player. He's really on form. Is he? Oh, he's come. He thinks he'll come off the bench. He's a very, very, very good player. When we first signed Johan Lange, we did a show on it, and I said in the show that I'd read that Duran is going to be the greatest player he's ever signed, and I was a bit taken aback, but he's starting to look like he's the real deal. But take care, Bobby Kay. Hope everything goes all right. The doctors.
Yeah, good luck, Bobby.
Kuva hit it spot on with what he just said. Solanke is doing exactly the same role that Firmino did for Liverpool, but you can get away with not scoring goals when you have Mane and Salah. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that, Kate. I agree with it to a certain extent. But if our forwards are putting goals in, which they are, right, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing a lot of the work for these goals to happen. So I mean, the price tags are irrelevant on a footballer in the sense of if they're bought to do a job and they're doing the job, then does it matter what they're bought for? You know, if they're bought for a fiver or 60 million, and he's working hard for the team and he's doing well for the team, and I think that he's done fantastic since he's come in. He hasn't scored as many goals as we want him to, but we've got other players scoring goals. So what does it matter? As long as someone's putting it in the net.
Look, I agree, and I think the goals will come. And I think what he's doing for the team at the minute is fantastic.
It's
think
a
the
team
trouble
sport.
we need someone to start scoring a good few goals. But I do think
We've
it will
got
come.
that. We've got that.
Who?
Brendan Johnson's scoring, you know, and the goals are being added round by different players. You know, it's not like we're not scoring goals. We are scoring goals. So he's doing a good job for the team. It's a team sport. So
it doesn't overly concern me because I think it will happen, but I
yeah,
would
he
still
will score goals.
Yeah, I'd be more happy if it was happening now. Yeah, that's it. That's
Let's say we win 1-0 on Sunday against Villa. Doesn't matter who scores the goal. Who cares? As long as someone scores.
No, I agree. I agree, but what I think the point is, when you buy a striker, then you buy a striker to score goals. But I think if you asked Ange, he'd be over the moon with what Solanke's brought to the team.
Yeah, and if no one's scoring goals, it's a different conversation because he was bought to score goals. I mean, what's he scored? 4, 5. So it's not like Joey, I'm not really worried about the bet, mate, because I'd give money to charity anyway. But the only reason I want to win the bet is so I can laugh at you. That's the only reason, because I'll probably end up giving the money anyway. If you give it, then I'll probably give it as well. So I'm not really worried about that. But what I'm saying is with Solanke, right? If no one was scoring, and then you could criticise him more, right? And you could look at him and say, well, you know, he's our striker, why isn't he scoring? But because of what he does for the team, and you've got other people scoring, right? It's not a concern for me. If no one was scoring, it would be a concern.
Yeah, I mean, Chang, obviously you predicted us to win 2-1. Who do you think gets Spurs goals this weekend?
Don't be surprised if Werner scores our first goal, assuming that he starts. But if Son starts, if I had to put money on any one of our players to score in that first half, it would be either one of Kulusevski or Brennan Johnson. Those will be my best bets to score. But I do hope Solanke scores for us, especially in the second half. If we need a second goal to win the match, I would very, very much love a Son goal on his return, assuming that he even does play a part on Sunday. But either one of Johnson or Kulusevski to get one of those goals, and maybe the other goal should be shared between Solanke and Son.
Yeah, Jimbo, I know you always say I don't care, but any idea who's going to get those 4 goals this weekend?
I'm going to go with against Villa. I think we'll get a couple of tap-ins. So I'm going to go Solanke to score 2 to make up for the last few games he hasn't scored, and I'm going to Brennan to score 1. And with the last one, if Sonny plays, I'll go with Sonny.
I agree with Joey. I think Villa are going to score first. But I think I would go Kulu to get one of my two. And I think the other one, Brennan. Come on, Brennan. Or Werner. I'm all for a sad sack lost calls. Not that I'm putting Brennan Johnson in Timo's category, but I do love it when like everyone's getting on Brennan's back and then he scores 66 or whatever. And then Werner, Paddy said on the pump up, if Werner scores, I'll never ever be horrible to Bobby Kay again. What does Werner do? Says, hold my beer, and goes and scores. And that's what we like to see. Yoris has got to go. Big up Yoris. Good to see you. Take care.
Yoris. I think that if Sonny's fit, I think Sonny starts.
Yeah. Score 2, Christ, that's what. To be fair to Jimbo, Joey, it could have quite easily been 4-1 against City. If we'd have took our chances, it was well within our grasp to have beaten 4-1. Tottenham 2, Son 2, Villa 2, Watkins Duran.
I'd just like to say I got this Villa score right last year. Thank you.
Well, even a broken clock is right twice a day, Jimbo. That's all I'm going to say on that thing. But I have set up a redirect. I know we're finishing a little bit early, but I'm starving. I don't know why. I had porridge this morning, but I'm starving. So if you stay here, you will be sent over to Benji over at the coffee company for his chilled stream. Who's junk? Who's junk? Tell us. Werner doesn't tell people to hold his beer because he'll already have spilled it. Kuva, you're mean. You're a mean. We are back. What day is it today? Friday. We'll be at the pre-match pump up, I think, on Sunday. Is it what time's the game? What time's the game on Sunday? I've lost all. I don't know what time it is. What's going on?
I think it's going to be 4. It should. No, not 4. Sorry, it's going to be 2 p.m. It should be a 2 p.m. kickoff.
Right, let's have a look.
I'm going to say Takova.
Yeah, you're right. So we will be doing the pump up on Sunday on We Are Tottenham TV. But go on, Jimbo. Sorry.
I'm going to say Takova before the City game. If I told you that the Spurs fan will be singing Timo's name during that game, would you have believed that? And they were singing his name because I wouldn't have believed it.
Werner will live forever because if he ever kicks the bucket, he'd miss. It's so mean, but so funny. Mr. Chang, are you doing a watch along or anything? When can we find you next?
I'm trying to work out another watch along this coming Sunday with either Senor Garcia over on LTEL or even Mr. Sivas over on Talk and Ball. But beyond that, I think that's about it that I have this coming weekend. If nothing else, we should be reconvening. Hopefully, we should reconvene again on Monday for the post-weekend review. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the next couple of days. But absolutely buzzing for the home game against Villa, seeing as how we were able to bounce back from our disappointing loss to Palace with a much needed midweek win against City, and here's to us getting back in amongst the top 5 with a win on Villa and hopefully closing in the gap on them.
Yep, I agree. Next week and the week after, the shows are going to be a little bit up the wall because next week I've got to travel down to the game on the Friday, so we'll probably do the pre-match preview on the Thursday, and then the week after we've got to travel back on the Monday, so we'll probably do the recap on the Tuesday. But obviously I'll let you know for sure. But yeah,
we won't be here on Tuesday, will we?
Yeah, we're coming back because you've got doctors and I've got dentist.
Oh right.
So we're coming back on the Monday.
Right.
But I will make it. I'll put it in the community page as well, so everyone knows. But we will definitely be in Monday anyway. Hopefully Newcastle beat Arsenal. Hopefully, anyone else I want to lose? Man United, Chelsea's the lesser of two evils, really. And hopefully Spurs beat Villa. Sorry, James. Appreciate you coming in. But I think personally it's going to be a very, very difficult game. And I think it's going to be quite evenly matched. Oh, excuse me. Destiny, yeah. as we said, looks like he's not going to be back till after the 19th of November, but at least it's not anything worse. At least it's not anything worse. Nuno beat City, Jose and Conte too, indeed. It is Van de Ven brings the pace and he brings the recovery. But you know what? We beat City without him. We can do it again. Oh, good, Joey. I'm glad we fit in with your schedule. I'm pleased about that. We do need to stay within touching distance top four, but more importantly to me is we need to stay in the cups and try and win one. Top four that I don't give a crap about. You want to know the truth? Because if you win something like the Europa League, you get Champions League anyway. So yeah, Jimbo. Thank you. First of all, thanks everyone for watching. Please do smash a like on the way out. Thank you for the couple of new subscribers we had as well that took us over 1,690 something. So thank you for that. Big up Bobby K, who's been a member for 12 months. I can't believe it. Yeah, and possibly a bit of Benton Kerr versus Cash revisited. Who knows? Bit of argy bargy. But Jimbo, I shall let you finish the show as only you can.
In the loo. Well, you're all worried about Sunday. Nothing to worry about. It's going to be a nice, easy 4-1 win. Right. We don't lose at home. We're just too good. Werner's back. He'll be up for the Ballon d'Or next year. Right, so don't worry about that. Sonny a start. He'll score. We are fucking Tottenham Hotspur. We ain't scared of no one. So come on, you fucking Spurs. 4-1 incoming.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins, back in the onion net, talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.